In today's video, I want to talk about declaring a pointer and quirks when it comes to doing that. By now, I'm sure you've realized there are at least two ways you can define or declare a pointer variable, right? You can say here, let's say int, and you can say star and then space and then the name of the pointer, or you could say int space and star and the name of the pointer, right? Those are basically the same thing, right? There's no difference there. You can use either one of those. But there are some really interesting things when it comes to defining, for example, multiple pointers on the same line. So if I try, for example, let's say I want to define p1 and p2 here. So I'm going to say int star, right? p1 and p2. Okay. So what are the types of p1 and p2? Well, what do you know? The first one is actually a pointer, but the second one is really just an int. Why? Because at compile time, really, the asterisk here actually kind of sticks to the variable next to it. And now it becomes clear that, oh, okay, so this is a pointer, but this is not actually a pointer, right? So what should we do? Because that's just gonna create a lot of confusion, and the solution here is to add another star, right? Another asterisk, and that would solve the problem, right? So if you want to declare multiple pointers on the same line, use this notation, right? Attach the asterisk to the name of the variable. If you want to really attach the asterisk to the type of the variable, since you can better read this, like you can say, okay, this is an int pointer, and it's much easier to understand than, okay, this is an int and this is actually a pointer. It's a bit more confusing. So you can say this, but make sure you don't have any other variable declarations on the same line. So if you do that, you have to do the second variable on a second line, which is fine. Just take that into consideration. Another issue is when dealing with both pointers and arrays on the same declaration of the variable. So if you say here char asterisk, let's say str of 20, what's that? What's the type of that variable? Is it a pointer to an array of 20 characters, or is it an array of 20 pointers to characters? Well, it's actually the latter, right? We have defined here basically 20 of whatever this left type is, right? That's how you should read it. So first, go over the how many, and then you can get the type, right? Because this guy, this bracket notation really applies to the type of the variable, and the type, well, it's whatever it's in here, which is a char pointer. We can confirm this by simply saying printf %llu n str or size of str, right? This is gonna print the size of string, and since we're using the array notation, it should either print, well, if it's a pointer, it should print 8. If it's an array, it should print 20 times 8. If I run this, you'll notice that we get 160. So that's 20 times 8. That means that every single element is in there is a pointer, right? So that's what I wanted to clarify here. Just simple declarations. Make sure you understand how the asterisks work whenever you place them inside a pointer declaration, right? You can also put them in the middle with both spaces, by the way. That also works, but it's less used and less appealing, since it's much harder to read than both of the versions of it. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.